Hello everyone, my name is Clover, and today I'm going to be taking you through the process of Dionysus and his champion. Let's get started. Now, before we get into it, who is Dionysus? Well, Dionysus is the ancient Greek god of wine, winemaking, orchards, fruitfulness, vegetation, festivity, theater, and religious ecstasy. He was known to the Romans as Bacchus and was one of the 12 Olympian deities, uniquely having a mortal parent. His worship involved ecstatic rituals, and he was seen as a liberator who could free followers from self conscious fear and worry. He also had a dark side associated with ritual madness and savagery. Now, considering that he's got so much under his belt, I decided to streamline it a little bit to just wine, festivity, theater, and madness, just so that way I'm not confused, you know what I mean? But that's really it for the mythological and accuracy side. I also made his outfit a lot more modern and disco themed because I feel like he'd be one of those gods that updates his look depending on the generation. And I definitely feel like a disco theme would fit well for him. But the main thing about his design is that I wanted to keep him very, very, very flamboyant. I didn't want no typical god things going on. I wanted true flamboyant, like through and through. Now, as for his champion, I wanted her, and it is a her, to be very flamboyant as well. I wanted her to sort of match with her god, and I wanted her to be also very disco themed. I also added a hat and some, uh, you know, I added a hat, some headphones, and all that, and I wanted, I basically wanted them to be a matching set, essentially, and so that's why you see a lot of Dionysus symbols in both the design of Dionysus and his champion, because again, matchy matchy. Why not, right? So without further ado, let's get into the lore while I show you the speed paint of drawing both of them. Okay, so the lore. It's pretty simple, honestly, because, as well, it's a pretty simple story. You see, there's a little bit of a problem on Mount Olympus and, in the world. Basically, Typhon's monsters are running rampant because Typhon wants to destroy the world and destroy everything. And so, a godly choosing ceremony, which is where you get to see if you are selected by a god, and if so, what god it is um, was held in order to basically get the divine champions all in one room and basically like check to see if they were even chosen in the first place. Um, and so for her, she was really anxious. And by her, I mean the divine champion that I'm designing right now. She was really anxious. She was hoping that she got chosen by a god, and if so, that it would be a chill god. And so, when she walked up on stage and there was a stone tablet, because that's the way that you confirm that it, like, if you got chosen by a god in the first place, um she put her hand on it, and then the um symbol of Dionysus, which is in her eyes and in her belt and all that, popped up on the stone tablet. Like it was magically carved on the stone tablet. And she was just like, oh my goodness, yes, I'm so glad that I got a chill god. And so essentially, um, you know, and so she essentially took the um the stone tablet that she got, and she basically ran off to Mount Olympus and of course met Dionysus in a party in her honor, and Dionysus gave her the outfit that she was given in order to fight um you know his monsters and all that, and he also gave her a weapon, which is the wine bombs, which are basically little bombs that are able to do random things and appear at random and are infinite, and you know when you throw them they do random things, you know what I mean. And as for Dionysus, the way that he would mentor her throughout the story is very like cool uncle. Like, she is not pressured to do anything that she doesn't want to, except for, saving the world, but she wants to do that, obviously. Um, and so for her Dionysus, again, very cool uncle, very much flamboyant, very much just fully embracing his entire self all the way. And so throughout the story, Clover would obviously have, and yes, Clover is the name of the champion. I forgot to mention that. Um, and so Clover, with her team of divine champions, essentially, is constantly fighting Typhon's monsters and Typhon's forces, um, and is pretty consistently like her team would pretty consistently be like, wait, why is she here? Why is she here? Why is she in this building? Like, we are all warriors, we've all got these powers, and then she's over here with wine. Why is she here? And she would just basically be like, dude, I was the one chosen in my Dionysus. Don't ask me, ask him. You know what I mean? And so throughout the story, like, her dynamic with her team would basically be one of being an outsider in the team. However, there would be some champions that she'd be close to, although those would be of the less serious variety. Like, the divine champions that she wouldn't really get along with all that well are like, Zeus's champion, Ares' champion, Athena's champion, all these like really serious gods, all these really serious champions. But the ones that she would be very friendly with are Hermes' champion, Apollo's champion, all those champions. And so, yeah, the main thing is that like both of them are kind of like helping to lighten the mood, even though the situation is dire. And so, yeah, that's essentially all that I've got in my head currently, but I will explore this. So, these are the designs. Do you like them? Let me know in the comments below. Oh, and don't forget, I do have a book in the link in my bio, so if you're interested in one of my stories, go and check that out. It's not going to be this one, of course, because I don't have everything fully planned out, but it is certainly a good read if you do want to read it. That's all for now. Have a great day. Bye.